we got our engine. Alright, so changing this radiator while I have the engine out, because I'm not exactly sure why we had a head gasket problem with that engine, so I'm just going to change the radiator, rule it out, because the used one was kind of pricey. So we got to get the radiator out of there. So what I did was I undid this clip here, undid this clip here, and now the fan shroud is now disconnected from the radiator electrically. So I guess if you have an engine in here, I guess you can unhook this fan shroud and send it out the bottom of the bottom of the vehicle. Get a lot of access that way, I believe. And here is the radiator in the box. Had to get it from Napa because they're the only ones that carried it. So there's a part number. It's a pretty small radiator. So the radiator shroud slips into this connector here, and another one down there, one on each side. And to get that off, you have to depress those little tabs right there. If I see it, that guy right there. So you push that in, and then the fan shroud comes up. So see, push that in, that comes up. So slide out. Now, the air conditioner condenser is also attached to the radiator in 4 points, just like that one was. You have to take the whole bumper off to really get access to that like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come through the top here, and I'm going to try to unhook those tabs while I pull up on it. Those tabs are on this side of the radiator. You got one hook tab here it goes into, and you got another one down there, as you can see it. So it's right there. Let me get a pointing device. The other one is right here, so it goes into that, and then there's this tab right above the top that you have to push in to get the bottom to come out, and then you have to obviously pull that out to get the top part to come out. So we got this guy down. So if you come down here, it'll probably be easier to unclip this from down here. As you can see the tab there, you just stick a screwdriver into it and then push up, and then it should come undone. You can get at it from both sides. It's right there. It's right there, Keith. I'm going to take a screwdriver here and reach in to these points here and here, and I'm going to unhook each side, and I'm going to pull the condenser up so I can unhook it, and then I can bend the radiator back and then slide it up. So I stuck a poker thing I have, or you can use a rod or a long screwdriver or a pry bar, and I poked it in there and up underneath the corner of the condenser, so I'm just applying upward pressure like that, and I popped the little hook at the bottom with a screwdriver, so I just went in there and took the pressure off of it, and I was able to pop it up by pressing down on this rod, so I didn't have to have both arms in there at the same time. So it was over here, I just kind of went in there and pushed that one back while prying up on it, and that's how I loosened, or that's how I'm getting that out. And then I'll just kind of let the condenser come forward, and then we'll tip the radiator back and out. Well, it appears this piece of plastic is so tight above it that you cannot actually remove it like that. That's interesting. They want to make it so you have to, what, take the whole vehicle apart or something? It doesn't even look like there's two pieces between the top and the bottom where it's in. It's kind of ridiculous. Once again, it's like, oh, we could have alleviated all this trouble if we just gave you an inch of space, but apparently that's too much to ask for. So apparently you gotta pry it back to get it to come up and out. We'll probably change the condenser too while we're in here, because this thing's all beat up. I guess it's just another one of those "why did you make it like that" moments. Yeah. I'll tell you what, that's how you physically get it out. I don't know how you're gonna get it out with it in the car, but I'm glad I'm doing it now. The thing I don't like is it seems as though I should probably change the condenser while we're here. Honestly, it's all bent. Alright, so I'm going to change the hoses over. Maybe. Alright, so make sure you transfer over your little rubber pieces on the bottom. I wonder if this goes in the top way first. And the top first, and the bottom second. It does not. Alright, so I don't have the bottom pieces in. I got this radiator up against the back here. So it's just kind of sitting there like that. It's not actually in. It goes in that hole right there. And I'm just kind of latching in this condenser to the tabs in the front. And then I'm going to pull the radiator up so it latches. And then I'm going to tip it back to get the bottom in. And then we'll put then we'll tip it forward. You can look through the front grille to see that you're in there. Put that rubber side in. That side in. Piece of wiring. Yeah, it appears like that's in. So I'll put the fan shroud on and push that in. And I guess this is definitely going to be a lot easier with the engine in the vehicle. They got like these little plastic tabs that are right in the way. It's like, why would you put that there? It's like, of all the places to stick things, it's like they stuck stuff right in the way. And it's not even things that could be removed. It's like hard parts that can't be removed from the plastic shroud or from the radiator support. It's all plastic and it's all one piece. And it's like, these parts don't come off. It's like, why would you put something that doesn't come apart right above that? Alright. Probably can't see anything because of the glare. Alright, so those are in. So one part you have a problem with, yep, pull this piece of this wiring tray or whatever up out of the way to get that out. And then over here, this thing. This is part of the whole thing, and that is in the way for a lot of it. You gotta bend it way back because of this thing. So anyway, you could probably get most of the stuff out through the bottom. Is probably how I would try to install and remove it rather than try to come in the top, because the intake's going to be right here. I think you're going to have a hard time coming out of the top. You might be able to get it out of the top. I'm not exactly sure, but it more than likely will come out of the bottom easier. You get a little bit of play on these lines. I would grab it here right where the rubber is, so you can kind of force them back to get this piece back so you can get it out. Because this is where the hard part is. Everything else is kind of moves with that, so you don't want to pull here and then this is forcing it back. So if you grab it there, it'd probably be best. So anyway, this video probably isn't very helpful, but at least you can see how the stuff comes apart rather than just looking at it and you're like, well, where are the pieces? These go on top of these little tabs here, and it just goes in the bottom, and that's what locks the radiator in place. So I mean, it's not like it's bolted in there, it's just got rubber insulators. You got to make sure that obviously there's that one when you're putting the radiator in, that the rubber bottom pieces go into the holes, because it was kind of hanging up on those too a little bit, but shouldn't be a problem, I guess. Is that now? I took this little guy off right there, and I lost the clip that was on there because I left it sprung open and hooked open, so I actually think it went down into the intake, or the intake, whatever that is, baffle, whatever. I might run a magnet down there and see if I can get it. But anyway, so all that's really left is to plug these two connectors back in. So I don't know, this video probably ain't very helpful, but if it helps, great. And thank you for watching. Ooh, look what I found. I don't have to find that one after all.